Hi guys, and as usual, welcome to another kit review. So today, as you can see, we're having a look at a kit from Tamiya. It is Tamiya's British Universal Carrier Mark II, 1/35th scale, and the kit number for this one is 3589. That's only a 4-digit number, 3589, 700. The other number that this particular kit is known by is MM189. So this kit came out in 1976, which means that it is 48 years old. And yes, I picked this one up for $24. So you can still get Tamiya's Universal Carrier, but this is the original one from 1976. It has been released again in 1994 with new parts, which I think was just the figures. That was a European campaign one. Kit number for that was 35175, and again in 2001, which was a rebox, as in a forced, what they call it, forced reconnaissance, but I think it should be just forced reconnaissance Universal Carrier, and the kit number for that one was 35249. So you can still get those new ones. This one, not so much, because like I said, this is a 1976 one. All right, so you do get the two figures with it. It is your standard Universal Carrier. On the sides, you'll see the usual history, etc. in Japanese. On the other side, you'll see 3 more of Tamiya's classic 1970s kits. The Dingo Scout Car, the Matilda, and of course your 25-pounder quad and limber set. So this is your typical classic Tamiya. The box is a little bit faded from storage. I did pick this one up secondhand, but like I said, it only cost me $24, and I'm very happy with that. So let's have a look and see what's in the box. And as you can see, the previous owner has wrapped it in some bubble wrap for me. Original instructions in Japanese and English, German probably. Decals in the first bag out, which is your figures and fittings for the Universal Carrier and also the front. And the second bag out is your tracks and main body framework, etc. for the carrier. All right, so in a second we will actually have a look at those instructions and the decal sheets. So let's have a look at the instructions, and we'll put the Japanese ones aside. So as you can see, they are a little bit yellow, so not too bad, but the thing about classic Tamiya instructions is it does actually tell you what some of these parts are, like water tank, radio, Bren machine gun, that are actually on your kit. It does have a brief history of the Universal Carrier in German and English, as well as the full Japanese instructions. Then we get down to painting and applying decals. Now, it does have divisional and tactical marks for, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 7 different divisions. You've got North Africa, 2 divisions. You've got Europe, which is 4, and even got 1 7th Brigade in Burma. So you do have quite a scope for wherever you want to put this or set this particular Universal Carrier. And then we get onto construction. Typical classic Tamiya, it does have a sprue layout. There are no color callouts. All of the colors shown are by name only, such as body color, or this one here, metallic gray. So we start with by constructing the sides and the main bulkhead, plus some of the interior. There you've got your front seats going in, more interior parts. This is the back part of the interior. Then you have your wheel sets going together, drive sprocket, and then you've got your back of the carrier and more interiors. Like, as you can see, it says matte black meteor. This is the radio here, and it does give you an antenna. It does show you here how to put the tracks together and also create your antenna by stretching sprue as usual. Painting in the figures. This is the front of the carrier. It's the driver's steering wheel, fire extinguishers, etc. Then you've got your Bren gun, 303 tarp, and as I said, it does give you colors like buff, etc. throughout. Then you've got your main Bren gun, which goes on a pedestal down the back here, and also the front Bren gun, which sticks out here. Spare wheel, of course, and that's it. Fairly straightforward instructions. Being a Tamiya, even if it's an old one, shouldn't have any problems putting this one together. Alright, so that's the instructions. Let's have a look at the decals. So these are the decals, and yes, being a 1976 kit, it's possible that these decals may just fracture and fall apart. Rather than use these particular ones, I will do what one of my subscribers actually said and copy this onto some brand new self-adhesive paper for the printer and print them out the way I want them. Barring that, I can always get some aftermarket ones. There's plenty of aftermarket decals for brand carriers, and you name it, you can get it nowadays. Anyway, I'll give you a shot of those. So let's have a look at the actual sprues. Now this is the tracks, and the little rubber band that was holding the tracks together has given up with age. It's died a poor death. So hopefully the tracks themselves will be okay, because they still seem quite flexible. So I think I'm going to be okay with the tracks. And you also get a piece of string to act as a tow cable on the carrier. So that's a nice looking piece of string, actually. Better than a lot of things that I've seen lately. This actually does look like steel cable. All it's going to need is just a bit of color. So let's have a look at the first sprue out, and this is of course the front of the carrier. This is your bulkheads, interior bulkheads for the back. As you can see, that's your back tarp. You don't necessarily have to use that. This looks to be, from the look of it, a camouflage net in some kind of container, a soft container, and other boxes and things for the back. So let's have a look at the front. It's quite nice detail. Really nice. And with a bit of wash, these little hinges, etc., will come out quite well. Turn that around. So that's the interior. It does have bolt detail, and then of course you do get a lot of fittings that go in there as well to bulk it out. These are your cable ends, which is what the string goes into that little hole there. Glue that in, and then you've got your tow cable. That's the back of the tarp. So like I said, it's your choice whether you want to use that or not. Interior parts, but overall very sharply done, and no flash or anything. So I think this will go together quite well. So that's the first sprue out. The next sprue is your figures, and I'll just show you that if I can get it close enough and in focus. There's your copyright 1976. So these are the figures. Actually, I'll turn these guys around so you can have a look at their faces. And the detail on the faces and the uniforms is actually quite good. It'll clean up along the mold lines, of course, but they're not so bad. They're both wearing shorts, so you could make this a carrier operating in Burma or somewhere like this, or North Africa. There are your Bren guns. They're quite nice. I do like those. 303s, ammo canisters and the like. Helmets for the guys. Oops, sorry, that went out of focus. Backpack, pistol, radio. Nicely done. Nice dials in it. Fire extinguishers. But overall, really nice. Usual clean up around the mold lines for figures, which is nothing unusual, but really sharp. And I do love the detail on this one. I do love the Bren guns and the 303s. It's nicely done. All right, so let's have a look at the next sprue. Next sprue out is the bottom of the carrier, main interior sides, etc. Boxes, the back, and steering wheel and fittings for inside. So, usual spade, some very nice bolt detail, not much, but a bit. A lot of this gets fittings, etc. on it. You won't see the bottom. Again, it's copyright 1976. But I do like the dials on a driver's instruments. So, really, really nice detail and very sharp. So, that's that particular sprue. And the last sprue out is this one. Of course, these are the sides and the wheels and suspension for the carrier. So let's have a look. There's your drive sprockets, standard universal carrier wheels and suspension. So really nice spring detail. Really nicely done. The sides have got some very slight bolt detail on it. So it is just a small vehicle, so you won't have massive bolts and things on it. But really, really nicely done. And that is the last sprue for this particular kit. So that's it, guys. That is Tamiya's British Universal Carrier Mark II. 1976 release. Kit number 3589 in 1/35 scale. As I said, this one cost me $24. When I saw it for $24, there's no way I could pass this one over. I haven't seen the original Universal Carrier for such a long time, but you can get the new ones, and they are basically the same kit. Alright, so that does bring us to the end of this review. As usual, guys, thank you for your likes, your comments, and your subscriptions. They are always appreciated. And also, as usual, guys, until next time, take it easy, stay safe, and I will see you later.